going on, guys? I am MC Fixer, and today you are watching the very first episode of Lunch with Fix. What is Lunch with Fix? Lunch with Fix is our brand new show here on twitch.tv/MCFixer, and obviously going up on the VOD on youtube.com/MCFixer. The whole point of this show is a couple of things. Number one, very importantly, this show is to get to know me a little bit better, to talk about things other than just video games. It will include video games, but not just. It will just be me talking about things I care about for an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour a day, just doing what we do best, which is talking to you guys, the viewers, the fans, whatever you want to call yourselves at the end of the day. My friends is which I like to call you all. But nonetheless, like I say, if people want this on a SoundCloud or iTunes or stuff like that, if we hear back from you guys, hit me up on Twitter at MCFixer. We'll get that going. But for right now, it is just a live show on twitch.tv/MCFixer and then put up as a VOD on YouTube. I see some people in the Fox. Grey Fox, welcome. Mr. Moody, welcome. I will be talking to you guys. I'm sure you can see it up on the chat in the top right-hand corner. Yeah, let's get straight into it. So, like I say, the whole point of this was to talk about things that I don't usually get to see. As someone who streams for like 8 hours a day, which is what I do. I do 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the afternoon, and in that middle portion of the day, I do editing and shooting Let's Plays and podcasts and stuff like that. The reason I wanted to do this was to break up the gameplay a little bit, so we're still getting an 8-hour stream, 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours at night, but 1 hour of it will be just us reacting to trailers and news and stuff we don't usually get to react to, in all honesty. We kind of miss it all because we're too busy playing games like PUBG or whatever it is we're playing that day. Yeah, if you like the format, you like what you're seeing, let me know. I was just very important that, like, I know that I'm doing the right thing out here. Like, if this isn't what you want, also let me know. But if it is, then that would be appreciated, so we know. Let's jump into the first news story here, which is a very important one and one that matters to me very much so, obviously. As most of you know, I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and it is reported that Capcom is to reveal a new Resident Evil project. Nah, did I see this coming? No, I didn't see this coming, but maybe it is early enough. Maybe I'm wrong. We got this one from GameRant.com. And it says, following the release of Resident Evil 7, many fans of the survival horror franchise have heartily agreed that the latest installment was easily one of the best horror games of 2017. Personally disagree, and left them wanting more. It looks as if an Image fan on the official page for Biohazard, that is the Japanese title for the property, could possibly indicate that Capcom is set to reveal a new Resident Evil project soon. Nah, if you haven't seen this, I'm going to bring it up on Twitter right here for you guys so we can all see this. The important thing here was this image. So, obviously, there's an open space right here on the screen if you're watching, and you can see blank space, Resident Evil 7, Revelations, Revelations 2. That is the order of the games that have... No, the HD make of the Revelations games have just come out, so I suppose that is the order in which they come out. For me, this is a hard one, and this is the interesting one. After the Not a Hero DLC, which, in my opinion, was lackluster, in my opinion, was just okay. I don't know what I want from the genre now. Personally, this is my thought process, yeah? My thought process is that we literally get a Resident Evil Revelations 3, which now that takes on the Chris storyline, the Jill storyline, the Leon storyline, the Claire storyline, the Rebecca storyline. That's where the revelation, so they don't lose that world. For me, that's the world I want to live in. That's the world I care about day in, day out. That's the world that I just need more of at the end of the day. And I pray and hope that we're going to get more. Will we? I don't know. I really don't. This could also indicate, I see Gary in the chat saying, would that not probably be the Resident Evil 2 remake? We don't know. They've been so silent on Resident Evil 2 remake. And it's just like, Are we going to get more? Are we going to see more? I just don't know. I really don't. I would love, obviously, Resident Evil 2 Remake. For those who don't know, it is my favourite. Resident Evil 2 is probably my favourite game of all time. So, if this is the space for Resident Evil 2 Remake coming this year, whoo, your boy's going to be excited. I cannot wait. But as long as it, that's what I don't think it'll be a numbered Resident Evil way too early for them to even be teasing that. We do know Remake is on the way, but they could also, and I would kind of like this as well, is if they did a HD remake of Code Veronica. Code Veronica, to me, is one of the most underrated Resident Evil games, and I would absolutely love if we could get another one, a remake version like we did with Remake 1. Obviously, we're getting remake of 2, but maybe even just a HD up-res of Code Veronica. I would absolutely love that. Like, there's nothing that would make me happier. I don't know where you guys fall on the Resident Evil franchise. I know it's one of those ones where a lot of people, you either love it or you hate it. That's sort of where I'm at with it. Is people love it or they really hate it. There's no sort of in-between period, it seems. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Next story of the day. We're going to do some trailer reactions here on this show from time to time. The new trailer for Slender Man has just dropped. And I thought we would get together and just have a watch-see. Let's have a look-see and see what is going on out there. Again, I've not watched this. See, I usually miss all the trailers as well. It's like one of those ones where you miss a lot when you're out here. So, you know, we're gonna have to get to watch this. Let's go.
Where's my daughter? People don't just disappear.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't do those. I hate those.
He gets in your head.
Oh. Oh, yo, she's nuts. Oh, yo, I love this. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh! What the... Okay. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Oh, that's creepy as well. Damn. Alright. Alright. Alright, I'm in. Alright, Slender. You know what? When I heard about this film, I was like, "What? Slender Man the game?" To me, it wasn't as scary as what people made it out to be. Personally, I enjoyed it. It's fine, but I didn't think it was as scary. That looked interesting. That looked interesting. Could this be the first decent video game movie we get? because we know Resident Evil didn't do it for us. Let's be honest. Chat, what do you guys think of that one? What did you think of that trailer? Is that something that interests you, or is that done? I love horror films. I don't watch as many as I'd like, due to just time, and I watch enough crap TV shows like Originals and Vampire Diaries, or reruns of Friends. Who knows what I'm watching? That looks scary. That looked ooh. I like what they're doing with it. I like especially the man, I'm in. Straight to DVD. Alright, Stu's not feeling that, I'm guessing. Straight to DVD. Or is the film coming straight to DVD? I'm not worth it. Not bad. Worth a watch on VOD/Blu-ray. Fair enough. See, I think with me, because Haley now has the Odeon Cineworld Pass thing, I get to go to the cinema on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for nothing. So, for me, I get to watch all these films now in cinema just because it doesn't cost me anything on a Tuesday and Wednesday. So I have that sort of insight now on different things where I'm just like, I wouldn't usually care, but I'm in for most films now because it don't cost me nothing. I don't know, man. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for that type of stuff. A sucker. Let's move on to the next piece of news. Guys, do you guys remember that old little Halo TV series that we were promised back when Xbox was doing the TV, Madden, FIFA, TV, Madden, TV, Madden, TV. Well, things just got a little bit more interesting. Steven Spielberg's Halo series is still very much in development at Showtime. I thought it was dead, just like the rest of you, I'll be honest. This one's coming from TV Guide, and it says, it's been a while since we've heard a peep about the Halo series from Steven Spielberg. That's been in the works since well after the release of Halo 4. That's more than 4.5 years ago for those of you who haven't felt the joy of loading a Covenant entitled with Needlers. Halo nerds, whatever. It's interesting. They've obviously been silent. And look, Champ says it right here in the chat. I lost interest. This has been so far gone, and I thought it died so long ago. I just wasn't ready for this. I was not ready for this. But the important news here coming out, which is the quote is, it's still very active in development, Showtime president and CEO David Nevins said. Nevins said, wouldn't comment further, but did say he's seen the script. For the Halo fans out there, this one's for you. Like, again, as most of you already know, I am not a huge Halo guy. Like, Halo to me is okay. It's just whatever for me. It doesn't really do anything for me, honestly. But I know Halo fans want more Halo, and I can't be the person to take that away from them. I can't be the one to rain on their parade. I'm super happy that they didn't just kill this off when they killed off the whole TV brand of Xbox, obviously. I was quite excited for original programming in the Xbox universe, whether that being Halo or Gears of War, and obviously we know there's a Gears of War film coming. But I was interested to see what they could do, and how, like Quantum Break, obviously Quantum Break had the whole, you play an hour of the game, you watch a half-an-hour TV show. Not so much of that, always, but I like the fact they can expand universes with different games and different TV shows, and like maybe give us a story about something we wouldn't have experienced beforehand. Nah. So, I don't know. I know everyone hated Agent Locke though, so hopefully we don't hear about him anytime soon. That's just my 2 cents though. That's just my 2 cents. Next one is a rumor. Big rumor is coming out right now about the Nintendo Switch. And it's one that's got me pretty interested, if I'm honest with you. The Nintendo Switch, I own one. I don't use it as often as I would like. But this story come out from Nintendo Daily News on Twitter. And it says, rumor. A video of the Nintendo Switch 5.0 update has potentially linked folders, YouTube and Twitch, which is very, very important to me, internet browser, party chat, virtual console, themes, and more. I thought we'd sit here and have a quick look. It's alleged to come early February. So obviously, let's go back a little bit already. We've gone a little bit too far. As you can see right here on the home screen, you've got YouTube, you've got Hulu, you've got Twitch, and you've got Crunchyroll. Now, this is apparently a rumor, possibly leaked, could be fake, but I would absolutely love it. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's keep going, and you'll see a little bit more. I would love all of this, especially YouTube and Twitch on my Switch. That would be amazing. I'm with you, Grey Fox, that it could be bull. It really could. But I'm wishful thinking and hoping. I like the addition of folders. But, you know, we'll just have to see. If you keep watching, I've watched this already once before. You can make online lounges for certain games, which... that's cool. Again, I don't really use my Switch as a online console, in all honesty. But, you know, we'll just have to just wait and see with this one. If we skip forward a little bit, you can see who's in the room and stuff like that. And I wish more data. It looks real. That's the thing. Do I know if it is real? No, I love the addition of backgrounds, if this is real as well, which, like I say, it looks so real. I just don't know. Look, adding that theme. So, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm super interested. The one thing I would say is what they don't do is they don't click on YouTube, they don't click on Hulu, they don't click on anything like that. Why? Why would you not click those if... you would want to? But that is just my 2 cents and my 2 bob. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You just gotta keep hoping. You've just gotta keep hoping that things keep coming. Next one is a big one for the Xbox fan base out there. Obviously, if you don't know, I do an Xbox podcast once a week over on youtube.com/myxboxandme. You should definitely go check it out if you haven't already. We could also do with the subs and stuff like that on YouTube. So please consider checking it out. But this story this is a big one. This is a big one. Which is, let's have a get it up here for you guys. Sorry, apologise. This one's from VG247. It says, holy shit, is that open world game RPG the Forza Horizon team is working on actually Fable 4? Obviously, if you missed it before, Fable 4 was rumoured. There's been a leak coming out on a site like NeoGaf. It's not NeoGaf, it was something like that. A Reddit with boards and stuff. And this one, I'll read this one to you, which is Fable 4. From a studio previously dedicated to car games, hell, why not? Fable 4 may be in the works at Forza Horizon developer Playground Games, according to a trail of interesting scheduling that caused me to bite through my teacup in excitement. Shout out to Brenner, who wrote this one. Let's start with an established facts. Playground is working on an open world RPG and has expanded its office space and poached a bunch of UK talent to do so. Now, let's look at something less concentrated according to a user on the Reset Era, that's the website or where they got this from. Which is the successor to NeoGaf, which is what I was saying. A bunch of upcoming Xbox titles were leaked to the developers via the Xbox Live API. As reported by WCCF Tech, the alleged former Xbox game developer did not share full details of the leak. They hinted at an intimate Sea of Thieves and Crackdown 3, and a third-person Perfect Dark game developed by The Correlation, and another team 4-player co-op for Crackdown 3. A Forza game set in Japan, Age of Empires 4, a Halo mode with a really large number of players, something to do with mechs, possibly Mech Warrior, I don't know, and a project set in Albion, which is the codename Wisdom from a UK team. Well, this is a lot to take in. Obviously, let's start with Playground Games working on a Fable game. Now, as we know, Playground have worked on, from my understanding, Playground have worked on Forza Horizon 1, Forza Horizon 2, and Forza Horizon 3. Let's check that because we have the internet. Playground Games. This is the nice thing about doing a live show like this. I can check the games they've worked on. Yeah, these are the ones they've got here on Wikipedia. Let's bring that up for you guys real quick. Which is, yeah, like it says, Forza Horizon in 2012, Forza Horizon 2 in 2014, and Forza Horizon 3. So there you go. That is that. So they're working currently on an open world action RPG. Did any of us see this coming? I personally did not. I personally did not see this coming of them possibly, we don't know for facts yet. This is all rumor and speculation. It could all be bull at the end of the day. That's what it could be. It could all be bull. But if this is true and they're working on Fable 4, which, oh my god, yes. They already make great open world racing games. Will they now the action though? That's the problem I have. Will Playground now the action? This is something I'll dive in more, obviously, on my Xbox and me this week. I just don't know. Do they have that pedigree? Do they have the infrastructure? Do they have the staff behind them to do an action game? I believe in them. They make great games. All the Forza Horizon games are phenomenal. Especially 3. I didn't play a ton of it, but the world of Australia, which they built, is amazing. And, more importantly, where does this leave Forza Horizon 4? Do we not get that one that's rumoured in Tokyo? I just don't know. Or did they expand enough to have 2 studios working on... Because they've already got the engine for Forza. So it's only making... I say only, like I know how easy it is to make game dev, which I do not. It's making, obviously, the world of Tokyo. They've got the driving mechanics. It's making the cars. Do they have the instructions to do both? I don't know. But I'm super happy that there's a possibility, and it is super looking like we are definitely going to be getting a new Fable. In with all that, there was a bit more information, obviously, which is apparently the obviously Sea of Thieves we know is coming, Crackdown 3 we know is coming, but the third person Perfect Dark game by The Correlation. I don't know how I feel about that. I remember watching interviews with I believe it's Rod Ferguson, and him saying that The Correlation is a Gears of War studio. Maybe things have changed. This is the gaming industry. Things do change. But from my understanding, you're a Gears of War studio. You're a Gears of War studio, and I don't know how I feel about a third-person Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was fun. Don't get me wrong. Perfect Dark was a lot of fun. But a third-person one, I don't know. And I don't know if it's interesting. Words About Games says, sounds too good to be true. I agree. It'll be true. 5 pence wager. We'll see, Stu. We'll see. And what other little bit of information we have? Obviously, we got the Age of Empire 4, which that could definitely be true, especially with the fact that they just brought out Age of Empire, or they're bringing out this year, Age of Empire remake on PC, on Windows. So I don't see why they wouldn't bring out an Age of Empire 4 after seeing the reception to that, and hopefully that sells well. That obviously make sure this happens. I know people love Age of Empires. Not a game I was ever into, but I know people love that. And like I say, the last one here, sorry, which is the Mech Warrior stuff. I know the Halo fans again are going to love that, hopefully. And it's not something that, again, interests me per se, but more information, more Xbox stuff. Obviously, Xbox is my wheelhouse. Xbox is where I live and breathe. So this should be an interesting one. Let's move on to the next story, which is, of course, Netflix. I didn't know this, but Netflix are working on a Sabrina the Teenage Witch reboot. Like, yes, please. 100% I want this. Which, Let's read in a little bit more. Kieran Shipka will star in Netflix Sabrina, the Teenage Witch series. The news was confirmed on a Archie Comics official site today, accompanied by a tweet from Archie Comics CCO and Riverdale showrunner Roberto Aria. Hopefully I didn't butcher the name too bad. Including a picture of Shipka with an Archie comic. The quote we have here is, "We're all such huge fans of Kieran's work that when we started talking about who's the new incarnation of Sabrina could be, her name was everyone's wish list." And carry on with the quote. "This is a darker, more macabre, don't know if I said that right, version of Sabrina, and we're incredibly excited for people to see Kieran make this iconic character her own." I'm in. Look, I'm in. I love the old Sabrina the Teenage Witch back on the Nickelodeon days. Loved it. Also, to go along with this news was that it was obviously announced a year ago. I didn't even know this last year. Netflix have picked it up for a 10-episode season. And apparently it is part of the Riverdale universe, which I have not watched Riverdale, so maybe I will now watch Riverdale just so I understand what the hell's going on. Haley watches it, my fiance, if you don't know who she is, and she seems to enjoy it, but not something that I really cared about. But yeah, I'm super in. I'm not familiar with the actress. She looks fine. I don't see the problem. I am super looking forward to this. Why the heck not? Why wouldn't I be looking forward to this? Am I right? Anybody else? Anybody else looking forward to this? Just me? Maybe just me. You know. You guys are entitled to your opinion, but mine's always right. Alright? We'll just make sure that's very clear. Let's make sure that's very, very clear. We got another one from IGN, which is all about our boy Chris Hemsworth, who is one gorgeous specimen of a man. We've got to be honest. We've got to be honest. Chris Hemsworth wants to do more Thor movies after Avengers 4. Does this mean that Thor is safe from Thanos? I don't agree. Maybe not. Who knows? Chris Hemsworth has only been playing Marvel's Mighty Thor for 7 years. Wow. But in that short span, he reprises the character just as many times or more if you count director Taika Waititi's hilarious team for a short film. That stuff was hilarious. Having just wrapped filming on Joe and Anthony Russo's Avengers Infinity War and his untitled follow-up Avengers 4. Avengers 4 marks the end of Chris Hemsworth's original deal with Marvel, along with co-star Robbie Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, and Jeremy Renner. And while the actors haven't been shy about hinting that their showdown with Thanos could see more of the Avengers die, even the critical and commercial success of Thor Ragnarok seems premature to predict the end of the Asgardian cinematic journey just yet. In brackets, after all contracts can always be renewed. And for fans hoping to see more big screen adventures from the self-proclaimed strongest Avenger, we have some good news. Speaking to IGN while promoting his up-and-coming war movie, 12 Strong, Hemsworth revealed that he is in no hurry to hang up the God of Thunder cape if Marvel wants more. Now, there's a quote to go along with this, and I'll read this in a little bit, but I want to interject myself here just a tad, if I may. Which, for me, this is super important. Obviously, with the whole DC thing with Ben Affleck, like, oh, I might do it, I might not do it. Robbie Downey Jr. has been Iron Man for, jeez, if Hemsworth's been Thor for 7 years, Downey's been Iron Man for 9, 10, I believe. Obviously, we had, oh my gosh, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine for a long period of time, who is hung up right at the wrong time because we've got him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, god damn it. I like Thor. I liked the new Ragnarok film. I thought it was fun, enjoyable, expanded on that universe in a way that it wasn't dark and gritty and boring, but it was actually fun, enjoyable, and I want to see more of that. I want to see more chemistry between the Hulk and Thor. And for Chris Hemsworth to come out and say he still wants to do that is amazing. Because we know how grueling it is on these actors and actresses' bodies to keep in shape and look like their body fat is like that. Not like mine. My body fat's nice and big. Theirs, on the other hand, they've got none. For me, when you take on a superhero, you know that you are embodying them for a long period of time now. And if you're lucky enough to have a successful film, like obviously Thor has, Iron Man, Spider-Man, the list can go on. Not so much the DC side, unfortunately. It's just an interesting one. The quote I want to read here is, "I've just literally 2 days ago finished Avengers 4, and that's my contract. My pre-existing contract is done now." So it's kind of like, whoa, that's it. Hemsworth reflected that 2 or 3 films ago, I was like, okay, a couple more. I was enjoying it, but was like, I felt a little restricted. And after that, this last experience with Taika, Taika, and actually these last 2 Avengers, I feel like we revisited the character a number of times. Even these next 2, he's involved again, and you don't get the opportunity often in the franchise. So I definitely feel a renewed sense of excitement and enthusiasm, and more so than ever, I think. That's awesome. That's... For an actor to want to play the role even more, for an actor to feel reinvigorated in a character, I'm in. And please, I pray that they don't kill Thor. I really do. Maybe they do. I'm not sure. I really hope they don't, though. I love Thor. Champion chat. Ouch. Fixer dissing DC much? DC movies are just not that great, in my opinion. They're just not that great. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. It is called Lunchtime with Fix. It isn't called Lunchtime with Champ. I'll be honest with you. But that's just me. That's just me. More Xbox news coming our way, which is Electric Square, who used to be called I've got to think of the studio name now. Gabo Studio. Electric Square revealed new details of their upcoming project with Microsoft Game Studios. This partnership will bring to life a new game based on a globally recognized property from Microsoft Game Studios, The Plot Thickens. So there's been, like I say, there's been a ton of news that have come out throughout all this, with the whole Xbox exclusives and stuff like that. News is now starting to trickle out. This is what was leaked, which we've seen. Again, all rumors, could be fake, who knows. But Studio Gabo was working on a AAA toy-to-life game based on a major franchise in partnership with a major publisher. Also, Electric Square are working on a AAA action-adventure game based on a new IP in partnership with a major publisher that requires cross-play, competitive multiplayer environments, AI design, and cutscenes. Could they be working on Fable? No. So, Electronic Studios are working out of Brighton. They're not big enough to be working on Fable. We've learned that much through a series of tweets from other people and stuff like that. So it's looking like we've got another AAA game coming from Microsoft, which is good. Obviously, we want that. We care about that. The question to me is, what could they be working on? Obviously, a lot of people are throwing out maybe Crimson Skies. It's a AAA forget the Crimson Skies. That was for something else. This is a AAA third-person action adventure. What could this be? Gary, words about games in chat says, hopefully they're going to bring the games, which is what they need to do. I totally agree. And Champ says, Xbox is looking to fire all savers of PlayStation. I smell a renewed console war. I don't think so. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think so. But PlayStation is just way too far ahead, unfortunately. But my question is, I really can't put my finger on what IP it is they could be working on. for this one. Anybody got any ideas what it could be? A third person? Maybe maybe they're working on the new Perfect Dark game, the third person Perfect Dark game. Correlation are working on a new Gears of War, and Playground Games are working on the new Fable. Maybe. Could I be right or could I be wrong? I could totally be wrong. I'll be honest with you. I'm wrong about a lot of stuff, so I could 100% be wrong. This next piece of news is an interesting one, and I put it in here on purpose due to the fact that I want to come at a different angle, and I want to hear your guys' opinions in chat. Please let me know what you guys think about this. Important. This one's from Kotaku UK. YouTuber leaves Smosh Games after sexual harassment. Sorry, I can't speak. Allegations. Armour Fitz Rix, a popular YouTube star and member of the massive network Smosh Games, has left the organisation after being accused by multiple women of sexual harassment. And his quote is, "I want to let you all know that effective immediately, I'm leaving Smosh Games," Rix wrote on Twitter yesterday. "Last night, I was accused of some of the worst things imaginable by a group of old friends and former roommates. While I deny all allegations against me, this community, my family at Smosh Games, and the team behind it means so much to me. I cannot risk this having a negative impact on them." Rix added that he is working with a lawyer to disprove all false claims. Nah. I wanna come at this angle, which is I don't know any of these people are just reporting on the news. I just want to talk about the news. That's what it's about for me. Very important. And I am not accusing anybody of anything, but the thing I want to say here is, why would you leave the thing that you helped build, you're a part of, that you have some sort of connection to, for something you didn't do? And again, I'm not saying he did or he didn't. I'm sure he has his reasons for why he left. Like he says, he doesn't want it to affect, but it will affect no matter what. This information is now out there in the world, out there on the internet. So no matter what happens, it will affect Smosh. Him leaving affects Smosh. So my thought process here is, why would you leave the thing that you helped build, that you are a part of, the thing that you call family, if you did nothing wrong? That's I'm sure he has his reasons, but I can't wrap my head around this one. I've read this one a couple of times, and there is something I'm not getting. I'm gonna carry on reading for you guys. Smosh is a gaming channel of popular YouTube sketch group Smosh, and has a huge fan base of its own, with over 7 million subscribers on YouTube. Ricketts has regularly contributed to the channel since 2014. Ricketts' resignation comes 7 days after a series of accusations against him, starting the 31st of December 2017, when performer Raquel Strange, who prefers to go by the non-biblical pronunciation, wrote on Facebook that Ricketts had sexual assaulted them in a lengthy story about living with Ricketts in what is called a cult environment. Again, this is a real interesting story. Go and read the rest of this at Kotaku UK. They wrote a great piece. It's go check it out. But Tattooed Assassin, welcome. He says he should have tried to clear his name first. If he was found guilty, then he should leave. Again, it's a hard one, because I get it to a certain degree. If he did this, he's leaving so he can get away from it all. I totally get it. But he's saying he didn't. And he's going to fight it with, and again, quote, working with lawyers to disprove all false claims, end quote. I just don't know where I sit on this. If this was me, and I work with Gary obviously at my Xbox and me, and something like this come out against me, and if I knew wholeheartedly that I didn't do it, obviously, I wouldn't leave. There's no way I would leave the thing that I helped build and help contribute. Maybe he's being forced, he doesn't own Smosh. Maybe he was told, you've got to get away from this to the best of your ability. You've got to push us an arm's length away right now, and we'll come revisit you in a later day once you've fought it and you're clear. But I don't understand the leaving straight away, personally. But that's just me. Next piece of news. In the football world, I'm sure some of you couldn't give a rat's bum about this, but I care, so we're going to talk about it. Coutinho has made his 142 million move to Barcelona, and to him, it is a dream come true. The Brazilian midfielder Felipe Coutinho says his move to Barcelona is a dream come true before his official presentation at the new camp on Monday. The 25-year-old is set to join the Spanish Giants after a £142 million deal was agreed with Liverpool on Saturday. He took part in a brief photo session at the new camp after the 3-0 win against Levante on Sunday. Now, the reason this is in here, I hate Liverpool with a passion. So for me, this is amazing because it means they're going to go, wow, hopefully. But the thing I want to talk about here is anybody in this God's given earth worth £142 million? I want to let that soak in for a little bit. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. It's entertainment. Football is entertainment. Like, it happens. It's one of those things. But £142 million for a human being of kicking a football. I love football. I'm a Tottenham fan. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But we just had Neymar go for 200 million. We've had Gareth Bale go for 80 million. The footballing world is getting out of hand, and small clubs cannot buy footballers at this rate. Tottenham, the team I support, like I said, I love Tottenham, but we can't even deal with their wage bracket right now. We're almost going to lose our best players due to the fact we can't pay them that Man Cities and the Manchester Uniteds and the Chelseas and the Liverpools can pay them. £142 million for a human being is a lot of money. And again, I love football like everyone, but damn, it's interesting. It's lunchtime with Fix. What's happening in the Haley Show? How you doing, girl? I hope all is going well on your end. We're almost done, guys. We're almost gone. Last news story of the day today. Here it comes. Sea of Thieves is getting a beautiful Xbox One controller. The Haley Show, you might be here just in time. Look at this bad boy. This is sexy. I'm not going to lie to you. This is one beautiful controller. And I am super I'm tempted. Look at the back of it. Look at the ridges. If it's got that nice mat. Let's read the story here for you. Remember that lovely Sea of Thieves Xbox controller? You're reading an article about it, so you should do. We'll have a new product page. Has revealed that it includes exclusive costume DLC. Want the Ferryman clothing set DLC? You'll need £65 controller to unlock it. There's no picture yet of how the costume looks. Also, included in that is a 14-day code of Xbox Live Gold trial and Xbox Game Pass. What do you guys think of the look of this controller? That's the important thing here. I would love it. I'd love this. If you want to see in video, there's one MAD massive unboxing video. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Like I say, it's gonna cost you £65, and yeah. I like the look of this. Will I be buying it? No, I can't. I just can't. I can't do it to myself. As much as I want it, I do really want it. I can't. I just can't do it to myself. No freaking way. Boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen of all ages, this is Lunchtime with Fix. We do go through the news. We do talk about things that we love. We do this for you guys. It is the way to break up the gameplay. It is a way to get to know me a little bit better and know my thoughts on certain aspects of the world. It is our chance to react to trailers. It is our chance to break out some content on youtube.com/MC-Fixer, which I'd love you all to go and subscribe to. Please also check out the YouTube channel of the My Xbox and Me, which is my youtube.com/myxboxandme. And obviously, most importantly, if you like what we do here, if you enjoy what we do here, please consider heading over to patreon.com/MCFixer. You can get different tiers that give you different content. You can get content early, like the Fix and Friends podcast, which is now up on YouTube. The episode 1, episode 2 will be dropping today at 5 o'clock, so go check that out. Also, you can get My Xbox and Me early. You can get thank you videos. You can get fan mail. You can get all different stuff. If that's not your thing, keep watching it here live on Twitch. Be sure to hit the follow button if you're not following, and maybe even hit the subscribe button if you like what we do here. I'd really appreciate it. Remember, if you have Twitch Prime, you have Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, and you get to give away a free sub every 30 days to someone. I'd appreciate it if it was me. But if not, give it to somebody else. Do not let Twitch take that away from you. You paid for it, you might as well give it to somebody. This has been the show. This is episode 1. I'll be in the chat talking to you guys straight after this, so don't go anywhere. Love you, leave you, see you all later.